have the eye of the tiger in the second half. We're deadlocked at 10 as we start the third quarter in Death Valley. And LSU will get the football first. Anders Carlson has got it teed up. Number 2 and number 9 in the country, even at 10. Line drive, Edwards-Helaire will let it go. LSU will come out to the 25-yard line with Joe Burrow and company. We welcome you back, everybody. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jamie's down on the field here in a minute. Okay, 10-10 tie, partner.
Right. What's
the best of? I'll give you a best of. What's the best thing for Auburn, best thing for LSU?
Okay, best thing for Auburn. Two things. Their defensive line isn't having an impact.
Yep.
And they haven't given up any big plays. Best news for LSU, their only touchdown drive after a turnover, 22 yards. So Auburn has not proved they can move the ball against LSU, and Auburn's defense has been a factor in this game.
I think what LSU can do with its first offensive set of the third quarter. The give, Edwards-Helaire. And he goes out for about 5 as we check in with Jamie Rodall.
Well, Brad, for the least penalized team in the SEC, Coach Orgeron told me took way too many penalties in the first half. He said this team was too emotional to start this game. Even on that kickoff coverage, Racey McMath started to fight with one of his own teammates, and Ed Orgeron had to come over and calm him down. He wants that emotion to turn into physicality also.
Here's a throw to Thaddeus Moss for a first down for LSU. Son of the Hall of Famer Randy Moss is becoming more and more part of their offense.
And it really felt like Joe Burrow was bottled up. He threw for over 200 yards in the first half.
23 out of 28 for 220 now, and looking for another, and got it complete to Edwards-Helaire. Out to 45. Jamie?
Gary, this is just something I wanted you to keep an eye on. Coach O told me Jamar Chase, anytime we see him in a one-on-one situation, Joe Burrow is going to have his eyes on him in this offense.
I don't blame him.
There's number 1. The sophomore out of Metairie, Louisiana. 2nd and 6. Burrow scans the field, tried to go over the middle, had it knocked down by Jamie and Sherwood.
And if it not been knocked down, Edwards-Helaire was inside for a big play.
It's our first half game trends. There's what Gary was talking about, over 200 and the touchdown. Bo Nix kept in check to that interception to Derek Stingley at the end of the half. Burrow, that's a tough throw.
Good defense.
Good defense by Jamie and Sherwood again, this time in coverage.
Yes, that time trying to stick that ball in between the zone. Not a lot of zone you get from Auburn. They usually play man-to-man, but this time coming in on the square end, number 9 is sitting right there, and he gets a piece of follow the eyes to the receiver, and love how Marshall gets up and gets off the field. That's some good zone defense right there.
And it forces a punt from Zach Von Rosenberg. As you look behind him, Christian Tutt waits down on the other end. High, lazy kick. Tutt makes a catch around the 21-yard line. So just a minute into the third quarter, and the Auburn Tigers on offense when we return. Jamie and Sherwood, Gary's broken up 4 passes on the year. The last one, maybe the biggest one of the season.
Right before the hit on 2nd down, he's going to be blitzing because Edwards-Helaire gets inside. Watch him knock the ball down. Edwards-Helaire had about 20 yards of space. He had gotten inside of Dinson, number 20. Would have been a huge play.
Here's a big play by DJ Williams. Williams, the freshman, in a foot race. Won it. No. Is he out? I thought he scored. The official was saying he stepped out of bounds.
One step, gets around, and Spencer Nye gets a good, nice blocking all around the left side. Marcel Harrell, number 77, gets his block, and right to the 9-yard line. Big plays. Just barely stepped out. Delkin saves a touchdown.
70-yard run. Remember, he had the big one right before halftime, before they took the shot at the end zone, so he's well over 100 yards rushing. And it's 1st and goal. Auburn takes a timeout. in scoring territory when we return. You're looking at that Tiger Stadium with sunshine now. Our aerial coverage sponsored by State Farm. That 70-yard run by Williams, the longest play given up by the LSU defense this year. And it's got the Auburn Tigers at the 9-yard line. First and goal.
Odd balance to the right again with Anthony Schwartz in the position to go into quick motion.
With that timeout, DJ Williams got a little bit of a breather, so he stays in there at tailback behind Bo Nix, who's under center, and gives it to Williams. And he only got about a yard that time. Michael Divinity, one of the first guys there. Second goal.
I think they should bring in Gatewood. When are they going to do them? They are going to bring in Gatewood.
Comes number 1.
Yep.
He wanted to come in earlier. His coach pulled him back. He's in there now.
Now you got to believe LSU is thinking run. Could you cross them up with a pass play here? It'd be gutsy.
Gatewood with the run. And got to the 5. They're very close to it.
As he told Jamie at halftime, we came here to win. We threw it up. Didn't work. We're playing well, playing good defense. Let's see what Gus has dialed next.
Gatewood comes out. Nix comes back in.
Boy, there's a lot of substituting going on here.
There's people all over the place. Divinity just got off the field barely. Meanwhile, second and goal just outside the 5. Williams and Nix in the Auburn backfield. Nix to throw all the way. Overshot his intended receiver in the corner, Seth Williams. Christian Fulton.
You've got to take 3 points here. Had 3 chances on it. You got to get some points out of the big run. Going to the sideline. Good coverage that time by Christian Fulton. Ball not catchable.
Another short field goal upcoming.
That was a good stop by that LSU defense.
Carlson hit from 30 earlier. This will be a 23-yard attempt. Right down the middle for Anders Carlson. So the big run by DJ Williams got him close. LSU's defense stiffens, though. 13-10 Auburn. Wednesday on CBS, SEAL team is under attack and the enemy is closing in. It's a high-intensity rescue mission on an all-new SEAL team. Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. Auburn Tigers in front after a 73-yard drive in 5 plays. 70 of that was on one run by DJ Williams. And Anders Carlson, who hit the field goal, set the kick away. Edwards-Helaire already called for the fair catch at the goal line, so LSU's Tigers come out offensively at the 25-yard line. And now we do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot.
Well, if you got a tool that works well, you might as well use it. And the 4-man rush for Auburn has been a weapon for this defense. It has kept Joe Burrow. That's an early play in the football game, but all game it has been linebackers running over guards, but it's been with 4 men. Kevin Steele has not had to bring multiple blitzes, and he's been able to keep LSU away from the big play because of that 4- and 3-man rush.
Edwards-Helaire. Again, a 10-yard, 11-yard run. And he's still going. Oh, he's a tough dude.
I think it was Thaddeus Moss that time. Number 81 is a guy that gets a good pin block at the end of the line of scrimmage and gets Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Everybody started kind of thinking he's down, including LSU, and he gets a few more yards.
Middle linebacker K.J. Britt down for Auburn. Check on him in a minute.
when I was a kid.
The junior out of Oxford, Alabama, who made his first start of his career in their season openers, a guy that was injured on the last play.
And he's right here. He gets tangled up in the offensive line, and you can see when he gets his leg free, he starts to limp as he tries to pursue. He realizes, like, oh, I sprained my ankle here a bit, and he's headed to the sideline.
Yeah, he's in the tents. Jamie will keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, it's first down after that run by Edwards-Helaire out to the 38-yard line.
Boy, this is now appearing that for LSU to win this football game, Joe Burrow's going to enter, 45, 50 passes in this football game. He's at, 31 already.
Edwards-Helaire, nice move.
When we were talking to Kevin Steele last night, Brad, he mentioned an interesting thing about his linebackers and safeties. He said he'll be happy with the linebackers and safeties if they make no tackles at the line of scrimmage. He'd rather have them make them 3 yards downfield. He wants to slow play the run and think pass.
Burrow to pass here, completes it, and it's a first down. Jamal Chase. For Chase, that's his 6th catch of the day.
But he had to work at it. He had to come back. He beat Roger McCreary. It was a tough throw. He had to come back and catch it. Good execution by everyone on that play.
Burrow to throw again. Deep sideline. Got it. Chase in stride. Down to the 6.
Well, when you get information like Jamie relayed to us, anytime it's one-on-one, we're going to throw it to number 1. That's what he did, and you can't throw it any better than that.
46-yard strike, first and goal. Edwards-Helaire down inside the 2.
I think Auburn, did they have 12 men on the field? There was one player that barely made it off. I think it was Christian Tutt. I don't know if he got off the field in time.
Sherwood made the stop. Williams.
Ken Williams says, what do you think? Joe says, go ask my coach.
Offside. Defense number 11. After this is previous spot. First down.
So that'll take it to the 3-yard line.
The reason I'm being very quiet is I have no idea what that was. Somebody must have lined up outside, but it had to be way wide on the field. Didn't see it.
Edwards-Helaire with Joe Burrow in the backfield. First and goal at the 3. Edwards-Helaire got about 1.5 of it. Well, he's still going now, but they have blown it dead at around the 2-yard line, I think.
See, the reason I'm not thrilled with that pushing and pulling the running back in is now there's designed plays to do this. And it can lead to an injured player being hung up and getting people hit and hits on a player. That's forward progress. The whistle should be blown. It's unnecessary to take hits after that.
Joe Burrow trying to do it himself, doesn't get there. Got to the 1 or maybe inside. Chandler Wooten made the tackle.
Tell you, every yard against this Auburn defense is tough. The stand-up, Thaddeus Moss, number 55, T.J. Moultrie does a good job of standing him up, and then the rush comes in to take him.
And they're going to stop Edwards-Helaire again on 3rd and goal.
Wow. Nothing. You got a defense, you play defense, and you play it soundly.
Daniel Thomas from that safety spot.
Absolutely. Stayed outside, kept his leverage, then came inside to make the hit. Beautiful job.
LSU going for it on 4th and goal. 4 wide receivers, at least 3, and Edwards-Helaire up on top. Here comes Edwards-Helaire across. Joe Burrow, the screen, and he's not going to get there. Jamar Chase dropped at the 1.
What a goal line stand for Auburn.
Igbenogany made the play.
I think the way this Auburn offense has been struggling, except for the long run, I think Ed O said, let's try it. They're going to give the defense, and it's still 99 yards away. Interesting call. You get the motion when you throw the slant to the outside. Not enough blocking. And that veteran defense cleans it up.
As Gary said, though, the good news is you made the stop. The bad news is you're standing in your own end zone if you're Auburn.
But the good news is the scoreboard didn't change. There's 3 ways to look at it, right?
Nix is 4 yards deep in his own end zone to take the snap. Williams, who's been huge today, back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. LSU had been perfect this year in the red zone and scoring, #1 in the country. It's the first time all year they've been down there and didn't get any points. Second down.
The LSU offense has been carrying the football team. Can the LSU defense step up?
Nix throws behind Schwartz. I don't know if there was a little miscommunication about where Schwartz was going and where the pass was going, but nowhere near him.
Well, when you watch these quarterbacks and receivers, it's a timing throw. And the quarterback and the receiver did not have the timing. Nix throws it too early. Schwartz never sees it.
And Nix probably threw it too early because he knew he was in his own end zone and wanted to get it out of there. Same setup.
They need some yards just to be able to punt the ball. Give you space.
Williams.
Nothing.
Didn't get him much. Maybe another half a yard. They'll be punting deep in their own end zone.
And I think that's why the decision for Ed Orgeron, instead of tying the game up, he's called on his defense. And if it doesn't work, it's your turn this time to help the team.
The guy they call B-Man, Braden Fajoko, made the stop, and now the punt comes.
Yeah, and watch out for Stingley now. This is the 6th game, no return yards. Can Stingley take a low punt and make some positive field position on the play?
Let's see if LSU comes after Sippos in his own end zone. They got 10 guys up. Nope, they got the return on end over end kick. Stingley's got a call for the fair catch, but it's at the 38-yard line. So LSU gets it back in great shape, still down 3.
T-Mobile's network.
Bo Nix's dad, Patrick, I wonder if he was having a flashback there when he saw his kid in the end zone before that punt. Remember 95 when Patrick was back at his own 3-yard line. Thought he heard a whistle, stopped play. They sack him in the end zone. And Jamie, I know you talked with Bo about that a little bit this week.
I did. I talked with Bo, but I also talked with Patrick this morning, and he said what drives me crazy is that people call it the phantom whistle because it was a real whistle. He said if he's not anything, he's thorough. He discovered that someone made a whistle out of the top of a water bottle and drew a hole in it and tried to blow air through it, and it turned into a whistle, and that person got thrown out of the stadium. And he went and found that out, which I love about him.
The story continues with you. That's a good one. From the 38, first down after the short punt. Burrow in trouble. Got away from it. He's just going to tuck this and get what he can, which is 3 or 4 yards.
Man, corner blitz that time.
Igbenogany.
From the short side of the field, that's where you're going to get it all the time. Joe sees it, but sees it a little bit late and is able to make a positive play out of it.
2 tight ends in for LSU right here as they run the ball. Davis Price, the big freshman back, 225 pounds. He's got a first down.
Wall down again. Thaddeus Moss does a good job of getting that ball blocked to the outside. The edge blocking of Moss has been a difference.
LSU with a 22nd first down. Burrow back to throw, going to the corner, and this one's intercepted at 1-yard line by McCreary. So a big play by the Auburn Tiger cornerback in that case.
Against Power 5 football teams, that's the first interception Joe Burrow has thrown since Texas game. He goes back shoulder, but McCreary covers the back shoulder. He's in perfect phase, and he makes the play against Chase. Both quarterbacks have got intercepted on 50-50 type balls.
And both of them inside the 5-yard line. Joe Burrow, only his 4th interception of the season. Auburn's right back where they started last time, at their own 1-yard line. Field position isn't being kind to them, but their defense is doing a heck of a job. Nix, quick throw and catch out to the 6. And that was J.J. Wilson, the tight end, H-back.
Well, as you said, same thing on 2 for this Auburn offense. And Gus Malzahn says, Bo, I can't hide you here. We're not going to be able to run the ball to the end zone. You're going to have to step up and make the plays. And he did on 1st down.
Auburn with the lead at the 6:15 mark of the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 6. Nix, a quick throw from his own goal line, in and out of the hands of Sal Cannella. And Grant Delpit, who else making the play defensively?
We haven't called Delpit's name a lot because it hasn't been a lot of plays in the middle of the field in the passing game. Again, ball thrown slightly behind, and Delpit's able to clean it up. 3rd and medium. This is where it gets hazy and tough calling plays with your young quarterback in the game. A mistake here could cost you a touchdown.
LSU trying to switch bodies. Stingley out one way, Stevens to the other now. And Nix going right back to the slant and too high and too behind Seth Williams.
Derek Stingley always lines up to the offense's left. But this time, since the receiver moves, he's sticking with number 18. His job is to go with the snap. He goes, actually the shift after it a little earlier than I drew it up. He was on the right side, he shifted to the left side, was there for the play.
And now Derek drops back around midfield, awaiting Sipo's punt. Again, he has to do it with his feet almost at the back line. Last time they backed out of it. This time they do as well.
Got some space.
Stingley trying to track it down at the 48. And hit as he got to the 46, maybe.
Good coverage.
Well, next Saturday, we go from west to east. Best game for the best conference. High-stakes showdown. Number 7, Florida. Number 10, Georgia. 3:30 Eastern time. All starts with a drive to Atlanta and college football today. SEC on CBS. So, big battle in the west here. Big battle in the east in Jacksonville next Saturday. Hope you join us.
If you don't think all of college football, noticing that Oklahoma lost, it makes a lot of teams interested in this game and their possibilities of getting in the playoffs.
Here's Edwards-Helaire, open field. Down to the 21-yard line.
Well, Daniel Thomas is able to wrap him up, but not before Edwards-Helaire on the screen pass. Running behind Sadiq Charles' good block on the end man of the line of scrimmage with a bust-out play.
They spotted at the 23 after a 22-yard gain, and here comes number 22 again. Edwards-Helaire, another first down run.
Tell you, this guy is something. He shakes and bakes. He's quick when he has to. He finds his hole, and then he goes north and south for the positive gain.
Back-to-back runs for the junior out of Baton Rouge. Playing right here in his hometown and heading toward the 6-yard line. Again, they can get a first down around the 1. 2nd down and 5 at the 5-minute mark of the 3rd. Joe Burrow gets it to Edwards-Helaire again, and he's in. Touchdown, LSU.
How about that drive? The pass-happy LSU team takes it right down the middle. Good blocks again. I'll tell you, that whole drive, Sadiq Charles, number 77, has had a good drive. Put that on this highlight film against this good Auburn defensive line.
Extra point by Cade York. And there was a bad hold or a bad snap and a missed extra point.
Big point, huh?
You're not kidding. It's a 3-point game now. But with 4:58 remaining, a 4-yard, 44-yard drive, all done by number 22, and he gets it in the end zone for the Tigers. They're back in front. Before we're done later in the game, the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. We may not have seen that play yet, or maybe we just saw one. Edward Zielair capped off a 4-play drive that he did all by his lonesome. 6-yard scoring run to give his team the lead. But remember, a missed extra point could loom large. Auburn will start at the 25.
Gus Malzahn needs his offense to get a couple first down. The plays are starting to add up against this Auburn defense. 64 plays so far by LSU. We got a third of the game left. That translates to over 90 plays his defense could face. They need to make some first downs and rest the defense.
At least Bo Nix and company aren't starting at their own 1-yard line.
Yes, he made a couple of inaccurate throws where he had chances to get first downs.
They only have one of those this half so far. And they only got about 3 yards on DJ Williams' run. DJ Williams, Edgerton James' nephew. So that's good bloodlines as far as running backs.
I would say so.
Boobie Whitlow comes in. He's only played a couple of snaps, both in the Wildcat, and that's where he's lined up here again. Schwartz on the move. Whitlow fakes it to him. Runs into traffic and maybe spun out of there for a yard or two.
Well, with the unbalanced line and the Wildcat, you got an extra tackle, and then you pull your guard around, means you have 5 offensive linemen to the right side, and LSU mans up and stops it.
They're going to keep Whitlow in there. They're a little confused right now, the Auburn offense. Now Nix is back in at quarterback. Trying to get everybody lined up here. And they do. 3rd down and 6. Here comes Divinity. Down goes Nix.
It's the first time Dave Aranda has brought the 3rd down blitz, all-out blitz this time on 3rd and medium. And it was a stunt from the middle. Divinity usually lines up as an end, but not this time. He sneaks around and comes in the back door. He lines up over the guard, and then he sneaks around the stunt to get the snap. Very well-designed blitz by the defensive coordinator for LSU.
Divinity being healthy has been huge for the LSU offense. He's getting better every week.
And again, plays are mounting up for the Auburn defense.
High snap. Siposs again handles the high snap, gets the kick away. Stingley takes a fair catch around the 32. So with 2:52 remaining in the 3rd quarter, LSU's got the ball back. Well, tonight, Arkansas and Alabama get together with Tua Tagovailoa out with an ankle injury. That means Mac Jones gets his first start, Gary.
I got to believe that Nick Saban is loving getting his team up for this Arkansas game with a backup quarterback. He hasn't had a backup quarterback, in his career?
Yeah.
Have to play because of an injury? I think he's relishing the challenge his team has prior to the bye and able to having to play LSU.
And, of course, LSU and Alabama get together in Tuscaloosa November 9th. Joe Burrow steps up in the pocket, has to throw quickly. The heat was coming. He got it to Thaddeus Moss.
He tried to move up in the pocket, as Brad said, but there was a crowd. So what does he do? Instead of ducking his eyes, he looks up one more time and finds the outlet for the big play.
And this one whistled dead with a flag down.
False start on the offense. Not all 11 players were set for a full second. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Did you see what Joe Burrow did there, Gary? Patting himself on the pads and said, that's my fault. I didn't wait till everybody was set.
Well, that's the job of a general. You know, when you're out there as the quarterback, if you go out and watch him practice, he's pulling guys off from all different directions and telling them, but keeping your eyes downfield. They have a walkthrough room at LSU in their new building. There I am. You can actually play quarterback in front of that room, read the coverages, and actually practice reading the coverages.
And you didn't throw an interception in that case yesterday.
One of my few.
Second down and 8. Edwards-Helaire evaded by ducking the first guy.
We got a matching of wits here. Kevin Steele comes with the blitz from the backside. Smoke Monday times it out, reads the snap count, and hits it full speed to block it. There's Kevin, got as much experience as anyone.
Third down and 8. Empty backfield.
What did he tell us last night? This is just fun, right? This is just
This is
fun.
what you coach for.
Yes.
And the players thinking this is why you play. Top 10 football in the SEC. Burrow taking his time. Clock winds down to 5. And we'll get the snap away. Burrow again, trying to run away from trouble, trying to get to the first down and got there. Derrick Brown brought him down. Two of the best players on the field just had a little collision at the end there.
And he knew exactly what he needed to do to get the first down. Gets out of the pocket, turns upfield, and then says first down.
And now they go back to number 22, Edwards-Helaire.
I know our own Rick Neuheisel compared Joe Burrow to Tom Brady, and I do think there is a lot of leadership similarities in the way he throws the ball. I think Burrow's a little better athlete than Tom is. I remember covering Tom. I don't remember Tom doing the run plays like that at Michigan in the day.
Well, Joe's 21 and Tom's not.
No, but I mean when he was 21.
Burrow down the middle, wide open. Justin Jefferson to the 30.
Well, the bunch formation finally confused this Auburn defense. You come right across, the bunch got it, miss. Everybody's trying to cover someone else, and nobody covers Jefferson.
What did Kevin Steele tell us yesterday? Number 2 is Joe Burrow's pacifier.
Yes.
And now they go back to Edwards-Helaire for 3 more on the ground, as that might be the final play of the third quarter. Joe Burrow's numbers starting to rack up. 29 of 37, over 300 and a touchdown. And he's holding up 4 fingers, meaning we get through this next quarter and we're 8-0.
Well, remember last year he produced 10 points in the fourth quarter to actually establish him as the leader of this football team.
Well, 102,000 raised their 4 fingers up as well as we played 3. LSU 16, Auburn 13. We'll return to Baton Rouge right after this message and a word from your local station. Back at Tiger Stadium. The SEC on CBS goes to the fourth quarter with the number 2 LSU Tigers leading number 9 Auburn 16-13. LSU has done a great job in fourth quarters the last 2 years, including a kick that won it and the final seconds a year ago at Jordan-Hare. Second down and 7 here.
That long touchdown pass to Derek Dillon and then the field goal kick to steal it.
That's right. Burrow threw that pass. So short here. Nice snatch. Same word. Well, you know, great defense on both sides, but in this day and age, you better be able to throw it. LSU right now can, and Auburn can.
Yeah, I'm looking over here. What is it? 8 for 23, Bo Nix is in his football game. We said, can they give some help to this Auburn defense? They have not been able to.
And Edwards-Helaire has been the workhorse on the ground for the Tigers of LSU.
And it's still
first down.
And Brad is trending still to a 92 or 3 play game for this Auburn defense. They are running out of gas.
Edwards-Helaire, little sidestep. Another tough move for 3 more as he approaches and maybe surpassed 100 yards rushing with that carry. He's close.
Derek Brown is a warrior out there. He's very able to get up off of his knees after a play. He lines up and does it again.
Edwards-Helaire, 19 carries, 101 yards. Here's a quick throw to Thaddeus Moss. Broke one tackle with a stiff arm. Moss dives to the 7. Igbenogany holding on for dear life.
Yep, good quick play. You got a defense that is tiring. Snap the ball, get it to the edge, but 3rd and short, and an Auburn player is down.